Now, words, well, words are cheap. The reality is, people lie. People, many times, say the things they need to say to get to where they want, or rather, to get what they want, to get to where they want to be, to achieve their objectives, even if it means it is to the detriment of other people, to the people around them, to the people working with them, the other party that is helping them get to where they want to go, even if it means casting them aside. They're going to do it. And of course, not everyone is going to do that, but a significant part of the population of people are going to do that. They're going to, in simpler, more blunt terms, they're going to screw over the other person in order to get what they want. And if someone, they promise to do something for you, and you can see on their perspective, their point of view, in their shoes, that it's to no benefit to them, it's better to plan, it's better to assume than plan that they're not going to do it, as there's a good chance that they're not going to. And if they do end up doing something that is a favor to you, but is of no benefit to them, just take it as a bonus. You weren't expecting it, now it's a little bit of extra that helps you get to where you want to go. But it's better to assume that they're not going to do it. It just makes planning a lot more predictable and a lot more realistic on what you can and cannot achieve if you plan it out that way. Now, with that said, people, again, are going to lie, and people like to take the path of least resistance. They are, and to put it in more direct terms, people are lazy. If there's a chance that they can do something that is to their future benefit, their future self is going to benefit from it, many people, a whole lot of people, they're not going to do it. Just take a very quick example. Savings, for example. We're all going to get at an age where we're too old to work. Well, at least most of us that make it to that age. It's going to happen to us. In that age, it makes sense to have accrued enough capital so that as to sustain yourself in your golden years. Yet a whole lot of people, they don't think that that's important. They say they'll do it later, and they end up old and destitute, which is unfortunate. Of course, it's very sad to see old people in the end of their lives not being able to stay home and enjoy the grandchildren. They have to be a cashier in some corner store, which is, again, unfortunate. It's just part of the human psyche of we don't like doing things that is of future benefit to our future selves when there are so many things that take priority in our lives, such as making rent. That's going to be on people's minds, in the forefront of their minds, rather than where they're going to be 5 years down the road. Now, in terms of interacting with people, having said this, it's going to be a whole lot easier convincing someone that is just thinking, how am I going to make rent, of providing an immediate benefit to their problems right now, rather than providing a long-term benefit to someone in their situation 5 years down the line. They're concerned about right now, not 5-10 years in the future. And if you think that way, we're going to get into, before we get into that, I believe Stephen Covey, he put it best. Stephen Covey, if you do not know, is the author of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And one of his habits, I don't remember which one off the top of my head, but he talked about how we can more effectively use our time. And he used four quadrants. frame it with its urgency and importance. These two factors. You have things that are urgent in our lives. You have things that are important, or we have things that are neither urgent or important, or urgent but not important, or important but not urgent. So that's 4. Is that most people, they focus on things that are urgent, as in, again, how am I going to make rent? Or perhaps in a developing country as where I am right now, here in Sierra Leone, am I going to have food on the table tonight? That's going to take precedence over a more long-term thinking, more anticipating what could happen in the future. They're going to always be in a rush trying to fix problems that are immediate, urgent, and emergency right now, constantly running around fixing all these urgent issues. While it is actually to the benefit of someone to focus on things that are important in your long-term planning, but not urgent. And that forward thinking is going to eliminate all the urgencies later on down the line. But again, most people, they don't think that way. They focus on things that are urgent and important, or sometimes urgent and not important. But the here and now, am I going to have food on the table tonight? Not, am I going to have enough savings for retirement? That's not on people's minds. That's years down the line for most people. So having established that, most people, though it is commonly accepted and commonly agreed upon that delaying gratification is to the benefit of us long-term and to our long-term well-being. Countless scientific studies showing this, such as, countless scientific studies showing that. I believe one was, a little off topic, the kid given 1 cookie and an adult goes away and saying that if he does not eat that cookie, he'll get 2 cookies. A lot of people, they're going to eat that cookie right now because they want it right now. Of course, the people that tend to be more successful in life, they're able to wait until that adult comes back and gives them 2 cookies and getting double. That was a study many years ago, which I just recalled off the top of my head. Having said that, knowing that most people are going to have that 1 cookie rather than 2 cookies later on down the line, know that if you're in the world of business, as in another example, if you are trying to sell someone something that is to their long-term benefit, they're probably going to say, that's a great idea. Let me get back to you. And then all these urgent things happen in our lives, and they forget about your great plan that can help them. They want the issues that they have right now solved. They're not really thinking long term. So unless you're selling water and the hair is on fire, they're probably not going to pay you too much attention. Even if it is a great idea, even if it is to their benefit, what you're selling to them is to their benefit, they're going to ignore you. Most people are. Most people don't have that perception of not just handling the immediate needs, but also taking care of that person a year, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years down the line. Most people don't think that way. Most people, they're only going to buy from you if, again, you're selling water and they're on fire. Then they need you. None of us are going to solve all the world's problems. This is just a reality. This fire and water analogy is just a reality of how most people think. So if you want to sell someone something, or you want someone to buy into your idea, set them on fire and sell water.